If you're looking for a place to buy fast and cheap NHL coins, check out NHLcoinmarket.com and use the code Dee Eh Go for a 5% discount. Link in the description down below. What is going on, everybody? It is me, Ryan, here, and today I have a video for you guys regarding the NHL 15 Hockey Ultimate Team of the Year. It's been a hot topic on Twitter a lot recently, on the EA forums as well. People are always wondering, how am I going to capitalize on this? How hard is the market going to crash? Should I buy Movembers in preparation? When should I sell my players? Those are a lot of the questions being asked. I'll go over a couple of them in this video, but mainly it's going to be a prediction for the actual Team of the Year video. So I do want to give a quick shout out to this guy. He posted my last video asking for this video basically, so big shout out to him, and let's get on to the Team of the Year. So quick disclaimer before you guys start freaking out at me that my picks are wrong. Team of the Year is a promotional thing for EA as well, alright? Just because a player has more points than another player, or even if he outperforms another player, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get a card over a superstar, you know what I mean? It makes more sense to me if there's a Team of the Year Stamkos than a Team of the Year Tyler Johnson, for example. Even though Johnson might have more points, people want the Stamkos, okay? It's going to have better stats, and it's going to draw more attention to the game. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the actual players. So, first line, as you can expect it, bam, Ovi, Crosby, and Stamkos. So, like I said, this is obviously going to be one of the lines on Team of the Year. I guarantee all these players are going to make it. Stamkos has already been confirmed to be on the Community Team of the Year, which, if you guys don't know what that is, it was picked on the EA forums. It's a community-based Team of the Year where you vote on which players you want. And that is going to be coming out March 25th till April 1st. And the way the Team of the Year works this year is actually a bit different. So first we're going to have the defensive players for the Team of the Year, which is going to go from April 1st to April 8th. Then the offensive Team of the Year, which is going to go from the 8th to the 15th of April. So I'm actually doing it kind of backwards in this video. I'm going to go over my offensive team first. So that first line, Ovi, Crosby, Stamkos, I really don't need to say anything. Obviously, they're all fantastic players, and they're all going to have these cards. So on to the next line, bam, Tavares, Malkin, and Kane. This is, I know some people are going to have some words to say about this. I know Kane's injured. I know he's not going to get any more points on the season, but he has had an amazing year so far. Like, you can't debate that at all. It's been incredible. And even if he doesn't get the Team of the Year, I had a couple honorable mentions, I guess. Getzlaf and Giroux are also players that could fill in this role. I understand if they don't give him one, but, like, I have no idea how this is going to work. I really can't predict it, but if it was to be made right now, Kane, I'm sure, would be on the Team of the Year. Like I said, there's still a bit of time for them to switch up their picks or whatever, so I doubt he will be on it, but this is my picks for right now, right? So, Johnson, also Tyler Johnson, along with, like I said, Getzlaf and Giroux are very possible to be in that spot. So on to line number 3, we have Nash, Backstrom, and Voracek. So Backstrom's another player that has been guaranteed to be on the Community Team of the Year along with Stamkos. So he is going to have a Team of the Year card, but whether it will be also on the Offensive Team of the Year or just the Community Team of the Year, I'm not too sure yet. I'm pretty sure he will, though. He's been having an outstanding year this year, obviously. You guys know that. So along with him, Nash, Backstrom, and Voracek. They're just all great players. Nash, outstanding year. Same with Voracek. All these guys are obviously performing well this year. So on to the fourth line, we have Ben, Sagan, and Tarasenko. This line, I honestly, is going to be hard to predict, right? Sagan just came back from injury now. So I'm hoping he has a hot end streak to the year. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not a Dallas fan, but I think he might. So that's why I put him in the predictions. He was having a crazy year so far. And, hopefully he makes it. And Tarasenko, obviously, he's been having an outstanding year as well. He will most likely be on that. Like I said, honorable mentions before, Getzlaf and Giroux, along with Johnson, in case Kane doesn't make it. Or they could fill in any of those spots, really. I know some of these players are out of position. I don't want you guys freaking out for that. The way the Team of the Week works, I'm sure you've seen before. Right wings can play left wing. Right wing could be in a center spot, for example. And it's not really about their position. It's about them having a good week, right? So that is the offense for the Offensive Team of the Year. Onto the defense now. We have Letang and Carlson as the first pairing. As you guys can see there, Price is our goalies. Let's go over the goalies quick, actually. Goalies, I'm guessing they're going to be the same for the Offensive and Defensive Team of the Year. My picks were Price and Rene. Pretty straightforward. I don't really have much to explain there. I don't think you guys know. They're just amazing goaltenders. So, like I said, first line, Letang and Carlson, you guys know they're outperforming pretty much any other defenseman offensively right now. So they are locks 100% on the Team of the Year, I would say, unless one has an outstanding injury. Hopefully not, though. Fingers crossed. Carlson, got to stay healthy for me. On to the second line, we have TOTY and Subban. And TOTY actually hasn't been having too good of a year, but like I said, that's why I mentioned the promotional thing at the beginning of this video, because I think he's still going to get one. There's still time for him to have, like, a better year, but, like, just having a Team of the Year TOTY card, that's something people are going to want, right? So, although he might not have the stats, I put some other names down. Roman Josi has been having an outstanding year, and he's actually going to be on a later line. I don't want to hop into that yet. So, okay, second line, like I said, TOTY and Subban, outstanding, just fantastic, right? Subban, another lock. TOTY, like I said, kind of on the edge, but I think he will get one. On to the third line, we have Keith and Josi. So Keith is another one of those players. He realistically probably shouldn't have one, but he's going to. I know he's going to. He's just, like, when you have players like that, they have locks. Even if Crosby was having a terrible year, he's still going to get cards throughout the year. You know what I mean? It's unlikely that he's going to be having a terrible year, and by no means is Keith having a terrible year. It's just not up to par as some of the other players. So, some of the players I put as honorable mentions for defense. Yandel is obviously up there. Josi I did have on the team. He was an honorable mention for me, but I switched them out. And Giordano, if he didn't just get injured, that he probably would have made the team 100%. He still might, you never know. And Cronwall was another one I had to put in the honorable mention. So, with the offensive team of the year out of the way, let's move on to the defensive. This was a lot harder for me to pick, right? There's not a bunch of stats you can just look at and say, like, whereas the offense, let's just look at points, and it's pretty easy to sort out which players are outstanding, right? For defense, like, a lot of it I had to look up. I didn't want to make these choices myself. I don't watch every single game in the league, or every team's games, sorry. So I don't know. So here, I did a lot of research. I looked up on a bunch of different websites, and here's what I came up with. So first line, we have Zetterberg, Taves, and Hossa. A lot of these players are still going to be great players, like I said. There's better defensive players, I know that. Well, actually, maybe not better than this line, but you got to think the names as well, like I said, promotional. And these are all great defensive forwards. So Zetterberg, Taves, and Hossa for the first line. Second line, we're going to go with Backus, Bergeron, and Parise. So this is like, I wouldn't have known all of these players if I didn't look it up, but these are like very common. People put on, I found a lot on Reddit, ESPN, just a bunch of sites. I can't even count how many sites I'm on to figure this out. So, yeah, that is the second line. Backus. Bergeron, obviously, he's just outstanding. He was a lock. Like, I basically put all the centers down, Taves, Bergeron, and you'll see I don't want to get into the other lines yet. So let's go into the third line now. We have Callahan, Datsuk, and Kopitar. Great players, obviously. Datsuk, that was another player I had on this line. Not on this line, but on this team, 100%. And along with Callahan and Kopitar, I didn't actually, like, he was a thought, he came into mind, but I saw a lot of people vouching for him online, so he made the team, and Callahan was another surprising one. Like, you know, he's a gritty type player, but people were saying he's actually one of the best in the league for defensively, so he made the team. And finally, line number 4, we have Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Kessler, and Jordan Stahl. So that wraps up the offense for the defensive team of the year. Let me know your thoughts, or if I'm missing anyone. I definitely could be. I'm not perfect. You know, you guys know that. You guys know I make a lot of mistakes. But yeah, on to the defense now. So first line on the defensive team of the year defense. I can't even count how many times I've probably said team of the year so far. But line number 1, we have Weber and Suter. 100%. I'm not even going to bother explaining this because you know these guys are going to have cards and you know they're going to be nasty. So, line number 2, we have Cronwall and Pietrangelo. Like I said, Cronwall was an honorable mention for the offensive. He's definitely going to have a Team of the Year card. He had one last year, so he'll probably be on the defensive team. And alongside Pietrangelo, just solid cards. Once again, not really much to explain. I don't really have a bunch of stats to throw in your face. And if you disagree with it, you disagree with it. That's fine. Everyone has their own opinion. And finally, let's get on the line number 3. We have Hedman and Seabrook. That one is debatable. I feel like the bottom 2 lines for offense and bottom line for defense on all the team, or on both the offensive and defensive team, are quite debatable. But that is my picks for my team of the years, I guess. I don't decide them. I really have no say in it. But let's see how close I am. Hopefully, I am pretty close because these cards are nasty. Can you imagine some of these? Like, oh my gosh. So, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like down below. Also, let me know your picks. That is all for now, guys. We will see you in the next video.